He called you a cowboy. What did he mean? What are you?
Just a humble bounty hunter, ma'am.
Yeah, DJ MAX 2004. This summer we just gonna do it like this. Come on. Bow wow. This how we do it like this, y'all. Come on. That's right. Just do it like this. JMAX 2004. This summer we just gonna do it right. Get on the keyboard, tap it just the way you want. We got drums, bass, funky G's. We're ready to play this masterpiece. Get ready to mix, get out of control. Let nasty beat on the microphone. Now feel this reality mentality. Just pass me the bottle of Hennessy. We got a little something for everybody. Get out of control like me and my music. Now move those fingers as fast as you can. Don't hesitate your natural feelings. Get on the keyboard, do it just the way you want. With my untouchable flow, I'll show you how to be deadly. Come on, come on. Rhythm macho, 호흡을 다듬고 애미와 사시자 makes me high. Tonight is the night, you've got to be tight. 네 향한 내 맘을 보여줄게. Girl is alright, girl you just fine. 내 향해 다가갈게, just give me a chance. 어디든 어때, 내가 너 위해 달려갈게. 내 맘을 몰라주는 네가 나 답답해. It's like you're melodical, my sense is so emotional. Original, visual, rapper, holics are beautiful. Girl you're so sweet, like vanilla ice cream. 너를 원한다면 what you just win. 미친듯이 내 이름을 불러도 돼. 미친듯이 네 사랑을 보여줘도 돼. 더 이상은 거리낌 없이 내맘 보여줄게 반드시. Come on, we just gotta just do it like this, yo. You know we just gotta do it like this, yo. Yeah, the groovy funky music makes me high. For sure, girl. Just makes me high. Oh, come on, come on, yeah. Everybody just get on the dance floor. Join with me. It's getting hot in here. God, mommy, call me Bobby. Yeah. Yeah, DJ MAX 2004. This summer we just gonna do it like this. Come on. Bow wow. This how we do it like this, y'all. Come on. That's right. Just do it like this. JMAX 2004. This summer we just gonna do it right. Get on the keyboard, tap it just the way you want. We got drums, bass, funky G's. We're ready to play this masterpiece. Get ready to mix, get out of control. Let nasty beat on the microphone. Now feel this reality mentality. Just pass me the bottle of Hennessy. We got a little something for everybody. Get out of control like me and my music. Now move those fingers as fast as you can. Don't hesitate your natural feelings. Get on the keyboard, do it just the way you want. With my untouchable flow, I'll show you how to be deadly. Come on, come on. The groovy funky music. Feel this BEAT. Hold on. Groovy funky thing I had. Yeah. 리듬에 맞춰 호흡을 다듬고 MUSL 시작 makes me high tonight is the night You've got to be tight 네 향한 내 맘을 보여줄게 Girl is alright Girl you just fine 내 향해 다가갈게 Just give me a chance 어디든 어때 내가 너 위해 달려갈게 내 맘을 몰라주는 네가 나 답답해 It's
You better believe MGTOW is global. Hold on. Let me adjust this shit talking chair here that I sit in. Hold on. Oh yeah. Get that old chair position where I can do some shit talking today. Hold on. Spray the bullshit spray so I can smell the bullshit as I talk the shit. Hold on. Oh yeah. I can smell them feminist pheromones in the air. A bunch of scandalous motherfuckers out here. All right. See who all's in the MGTOW house for the next one tonight here. Sigma Rodan. Mr. Honeycomb, good to see you. C. Jones, good to see you, my brother. I need to put a blue wrench in your hand so you can tune some motherfuckers up. Please remind me at the end of the stream, and I will do just that. Good afternoon, monks. Good afternoon, sir. MGTOW Phoenix, I actually got a notification. Well, yeah, man. Yeah, YouTube is, let's hope YouTube is cooperating with us today.
Can you clear? Can you put this on a big corner that can make it fit?
You didn't get your 11 herbs and spices yesterday because I was kind of like just didn't want to do it. Didn't feel like streaming yesterday. Lazy Outlaw. Mr. Outlaw, you're lazy? Yeah, sadly. And of course, Mr. Batty Commander in the house for the Triple Threat Tuesday tonight. Now, a couple things about that. I don't know if Phil's going to be live tonight. I didn't get a notification. I'm thinking he's going to be on the road, possibly. So I know Batty Commander will be streaming later on. I don't know if Phil will be streaming. So for the people who enjoy the Big Angry Phil show, don't get your hopes up just yet. And two, apparently we want to add chaos to the mix, so we'll have a fatal 4-way Tuesday. They got work. Yeah, that's. I like the triple threat, but I think the fatal 4-way would work even better. But again, chaos. If he streams tonight, sometimes he's kind of random when he streams. So we'll see, man. We will see. Same with the notifications. So you guys are beginning to get notifications. So the change that I made is that I changed the time on the when it comes up when the stream gets popped up on there. I have changed the notification time. So I think that's probably what's doing it. So you guys are getting the notifications because I am actually putting in the correct time for us to go live. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's what's doing it. Mr. Hacksaw, the outlaw shooting him from the hip. Yeah, that's what we do all the time, man. Like I said, I ain't bragging on me. I'm not bragging. I don't script nothing. I don't pre-plan nothing ever ahead. That's where the term lazy outlaw comes from. Every stream that I do, everything that I say, shot straight off top of the dome piece. I don't script this stuff. You guys, some of you guys are with me 24/7 damn near. You know I don't script this stuff. I don't rehearse what I'm gonna say. I don't put any cue cards in front of me. I don't take notes. It's just basically based off memory and common sense knowledge of the dome piece up here under my wig piece, right? My wig piece gets a little flailing sometimes when I shoot these things off so quick, man. I gotta adjust my wig piece, put it back on straight, put my lid back on straight, because this stuff just be shooting off the dome piece so quickly sometimes, man. So gotta remember that. MGTOW, Phoenix, Honeycomb. I've been fighting no notifications on and off for weeks. Yeah, like I said, so that change that I'm started doing again. So I think that's why you guys are getting the notifications back regular. Because when and I'm gonna tell you this, and then we're gonna move on. I've done told you this a couple times. I'll say it one more time. When I set up streams, when I go live on YouTube, and Rumble, when I set the stream up, when I put the titles and everything in, I just go straight to live. I go straight on through and just hit the live button, and we start streaming, and we get what we get. And that's how I've done it. That's how I always do it. So if you guys are getting the notifications now, that's because I'm tweaking the time when it starts. And I think that you have to do that kind of, to get that going on. How about that? Yeah, good to see you, Hacksaw. Same, I'm getting my comments on other channels censored by YouTubes as well. Yeah. That bus driver pimp stomped with an uppercut that bop right off her fuck around and find out ass. Yeah. YouTube censorship is worse than ever. Yes, exactly. Push them buttons. It has to do with using MGTOW wrenches, you're sure. Bops are going to bop, and use tubes is going to use tubes. Yes, it is. Alex Patino. Vatos Locos, you British cigarettes. What's up? What's up, man? Come on in here, brother. Come on in here. You're amongst good people. Don't forget to hit that like button, you bigots. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just chilling at work as the work day winds down. Also, brother, I just pulled into my house from work. Honestly, it's better than you don't. Hold on. There we go. All right. Shoot them. Use tubes in these nuts. I didn't get a notification. I was just doom scrolling before going home, and I clicked it. Fuck yeah, man. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the crazy train in here tonight. Hell yeah, glad to have you. Big Angry Phil, I just got a Jackbox episode from 2 months ago, age restricted. Who are these butt-hurt fuckbags that report old shit? Putting in the start time has never helped in my kids. Yeah, okay. So there is Phil right there in the chat tonight. I don't know if he'll be going live tonight or not. I think he's still on the road with job-related matters. So if he does, we will definitely be there for all the fuckery tonight. If not, we still have Batty Commander right after me, so can't wait. Adrian Blantz, good to see you, man. Let me tell you something. Adrian Blantz is now hanging out with the fellas over there in Discord. He decided to start coming over there and hanging out with us, and has been some really good conversations with him over there. Gents, if you're not part of the For the Outlaws Discord page, what are you doing, man? Get on over there. Come join us. Come on and join all the fun. I'm telling you, when we get him over there, when we get Johnny Midnight, when we get Batty Commander, when we get Riggs, Phoenix, Hikami, when we get all those guys over there, hell, Australian 03, he comes over there every once in a while. When they all come over there and we start having a good time, man, dude, I swear it's some of the best and funny laughs that you just can't have on YouTube. Things you just can't say on YouTube, man. I'm telling you, man, it's a riot. These guys are crazy. Really good time, really fun times are had over there all the time. Yeah, man, come on. Yeah, come on through. Make you a Discord account. I'll get you in the Outlaws page, and we'll be talking to you and all that good shit. Phil said we'll be going live tonight. Still have to put in the show, Quay. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so he will be live later on tonight. So our Triple Threat Tuesday is still on. Absolutely. Okay, how many complaints does it take to get an age restriction put on you, and how do you appeal? I have no clue, brother. Usually I just don't fight it. I'm just like, whatever. Because normally when I stream over to Rumble, that's technically considered the raw and uncut whole stream anyway, so usually I don't worry about it if it gets age restricted on YouTube, because most of my audience is over on Rumble Dumble anyway. And once we go over there, I'm able to stream, put videos up, do whatever for the entirety of the stream. And the only thing that really is restricting about it is if your hardware is crappy like mine, which is why I don't play very many multiple videos during the stream. Probably going to have a little bit of problem here tonight. I'm already seeing StreamYard's hiccuping a little bit since we started this stream. MGTOW Phoenix, good to see you. Phoenix, MGTOW Infinium, sorry. Good to see you, brother. Hope all is indeed well with you. One of our elder brothers here that's been in the game for a long time, spitting some MGTOW truths. Good to have you as always, good sir. Always good to hear from those that have lived this life and have seen lots of change through the years. What we call wisdom, experience. Never hurts to have people with that in your corner. Honeycomb probably just won. That particular stream is old and not worth the hassle. Yeah, typically, from what I've dealt with it, it don't take very many, Honeycomb. Usually one or two people complains, and that's about it. And of course, I've already had trolls come over here, and they tried to get this channel pulled down because I was calling them faggots and queers and, homosexuals and all this crap. But the thing about it is that's what you are. Why do you have a problem being called what you? I thought that they were trying to own those words anyway. It's like people with the N-word. I thought you were trying to own that word. I thought you were proud to be one of them. Hell, they call each other that every damn day of the week. Same with the homosexuals. I thought you didn't mind being called a faggot and a queer. I thought that's what you were. No, it's not being called that per se. It's how you say it. Where? It's kind of like those people that if you're not chasing women, right? And I'm sure every one of you here, myself included, has been hit with that once or twice. Where's your woman at? Oh, what are you, gay? Yeah, they say it kind of like it's an insult, like it's a derogatory. It's like, what? I thought for the society that we lived in, being gay was a good thing, right? Now, I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying I am. Listen to what I'm telling you. When you go by their quote unquote logic, technically to them, being gay is a good thing, I guess. So why would they be using it as an insult to you? Funny how this shit just falls apart when you put a little truth to it. Roger that, brother. Seems like you should have better. Wait a minute. should have better rights via used tubes. Furries are very dangerous, don't you know, with a keyboard anyway, and internet tough guys, thems. Yeah. And Mr. Johnson has decided to grace us with his presence. And I know somebody that's glad to see him. The sweet, cute, little, adorable, sweet, tiny little chibi. I always do Jackbox and the corner on both Rumble and YouTube. Everything I have to cut from YouTube stays on Rumble. The gaming stuff I keep on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, sadly. Sadly, YouTube has become such a toxic place this last few years, man. It just is what it is. C. Jones, they're the OGs of MGTOW that want LGBTQ lifestyles. Why do they get butt hurt? No pun intended. Who are we talking about? I don't want them in here. I don't look. I don't live that lifestyle myself. I have nothing in common with them because a lot of those people have made that their entire existence, meaning you can't see them or listen to them or anything like that without them bringing it up or knowing that's him. Or it's a sexual deviant preference. That's all it is. It's you wanting to get stuck in the asshole or fuck somebody in the asshole. It's all it is. Like that's not something to be celebrated. That's not something to be, product placement made for it. That's not something to have street corners painted up like it. It's definitely not something you put in schools with children around. It's not something I care about when I'm at work or if I'm at home or if I'm at church. I don't want to see it. I don't care nothing about it. Get it out of my face. As long as you are a human being that, is worthy of respect, then do whatever. But keep that away from me. Keep that away from kids. Stop trying to make laws to make me adhere to your nonsense. Protected class, my fucking ass. Ain't nothing protecting about you. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing but attention and validation nonsense. It's all it is. Me rub the chibi. John, exactly. They love great content over there. Oh, Douglas Edwards, good to see you, man. Hope all as well. And there's Australian 03 coming on in this afternoon. Yeah, I try to make it on Discord. Just been busy. Love sharing memes and news there. You can catch me more towards the end of the weekend. Absolutely, absolutely. Men are MGIOM, men going into other. Yeah. You ain't wrong, Phil. I mean, they have their own version of MGTOW that does not align with it. Yeah, okay. I know who you're talking about now. Okay, gotcha. Absolutely. All right. Now let's see what we can get done about this tonight. Hold on. StreamYard's acting like a faggot, speaking of. Let's see what we can do here. We got a video here that somebody sent to us. I think it was Misanthrope. The men are walking away worldwide and researchers are having a problem with it. I want to see exactly what this video has to say about this. So bear with me. StreamYards is being a little bitch. So, all right, let's get into it, guys. 16 people here. Let's get to it, man.
However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
I love commercials.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Before I dive too far into today's discussion, I want to throw out an analogy. Let's say you've got a friend, and that friend likes to go out to restaurants. Nice restaurants, medium restaurants, some that are not so nice, whatever. A lot of times just take what you can get. And every time that friend goes to a restaurant, he or she, could be a she, gets a punch in the face, right in the throat. So the friend comes to you and says, listen, man, every time I go over here to this restaurant or that restaurant, 95% of the time, I get a punch in the throat. All I do is I say, hello, when I walk in the door, and they punch me in the throat. So you tell your friend, listen, maybe just stop going to restaurants. So your friend thinks about it and considers, you know what, actually, I could learn to be a better cook. I could go buy a grill and put it out on my deck or in my backyard, and everything's peachy. But then the restaurant managers and the owners and the mayor and the city council, they get all angry. Why aren't you coming to our restaurant? Or what, are you broke? What's wrong with you? So the analogy here, if you didn't already get it, is men going their own way, MGTOW. And I know that that's a hyperbolic example, but it's exactly what a lot of us feel. And then imagine your friend realizing that, hey, you know what? This is happening in a town across the country as well. And holy shit, it's happening in other countries. And that's the conversation I want to have today, because MGTOW, I can't necessarily say for how long, because in a topic in and of itself, I haven't necessarily been following too closely in the past decade or so. But I do want to give this some perspective. I'm going to go through, I think, 7 studies or research examples in which MGTOW has gone global, and researchers are freaking the frick out. Not only are they freaking out, they don't know how to handle it. And we're going to get to those examples here in just a moment. So
There's nothing to handle. That's the beauty of this philosophy. There is nothing to handle. They can't. A man that is MGTOW is somebody that's self-actualized. They have figured out that they are sentient, that they're self-aware of the surroundings around them. They have become hyper-aware that they're in a cow pasture waiting for slaughter. They're basically a cow that woke up one morning and looked around him and found out what this is. Because that's exactly what this is. You have woken up. See, that's what the culture is right now we're living in. It is designed to keep you in fantasy land, to keep you asleep, keep you blinded, keep you drowsy and always sleeping on things. You don't realize that you're on a conveyor belt slowly heading towards slaughter. Every one of us. Every single one of us. So the cow wakes up one morning. Maybe here's another MGTOW content creator. Something, somewhere, somebody, somewhere. You all have heard who you've heard, and you've all been brought to this exact same philosophy. That's why you're all here, all 17 of you listening to this right now. And now you're starting to try to figure out, well, now what can I do about this? How do I get out of my situation? Well, number one, you take back your autonomy. You take back your validity, your consent, your time, your resources that you work for, that this culture is so ready to take it from you in one or more categories. So you keep it. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's my money. It's my life. It's my consent. It's my validity. This culture is full of people that hate you, that's propagandized to hate you all over for whatever more reason, skin color, religion, genitalia, whatever. And would you tell them no? When you withdraw your usury, your consent, suddenly they have a problem with you. Suddenly they get very interested in you. Mr. 95% of the undesirable men out here I don't want to date. Where'd y'all go? Why don't you date women's? Why aren't there marriages? Why aren't there children? Any other time of the week, she wouldn't spit on you. She wouldn't give you the time of day. Ooh, you're nasty. Get away from me. But now that we're both away from each other on television screens talking to each other, now suddenly you want to ask where I'm at. Huh. Funny how that works.
Thanks for being with me. If you're new, my name is Todd. I do research investigations like this. I expose a lot of the hypocrisy that has to deal with gender issues. If you're new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Please let me know what you think of this content. Let's start first. As I mentioned, I'm going to go through 7 different sources. And what I'll do, this is not going to be a deep dive into them. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about, obviously, where it's from. I'll give you the title and what the authors wanted to study, what they considered was the problem, briefly what they found, and what their suggestion is for resolution, right? So I'm just going to go through these kind of as quickly as I can, and then I want to wrap this up with some discussion, obviously, as I like to do. So let's start first here in South Korea. This one is titled Anti-Feminism Sentiments and Marital Desire Among Young Men, Evidence from South Korea. Now here, the author's perceived male victimhood is due to feminism as anti-feminist ideology that helps explain men's marital disinterest. So this is about why are men not getting married. So they explain hostility towards women, feminism, marriage, and MGTOW style withdrawal as what the problems are. So what they did was they took survey results from just over 1,000 young Korean men, and they assessed dimensions of anti-feminism, support for male superiority, and perceived male victimhood that results as from feminism. So they wanted to test any associations with attitudes towards marriage and intentions to marry. And what they found was perceived male victimhood. And by the way, I love it when they actually say, or at least imply, perceived male victimhood due to feminism was common, and it was and it predicted less favorable attitudes toward marriage.
When you look at countries like North and South Korea, when you look at all these communistic countries, you can look at America too. We're not communist yet. We're turning that way. It's very obvious that they can't do anything about it. How they're staying closely studying men everywhere and our reactions to this propagandized feminism in our culture. They want to know how you're going to react to it, respond to it. When you walk away, well, how do they course correct that? How do they get you back doing it? I sort of believe, and it come up very recently in discussion the other night, is this pre-planned? What was MGTOW kind of a was it predicted? Was it something that was a predicted outcome for men and women? It's a good question. The bottom line is, how do governments make and force men to have relations with women? They don't. So you're looking at a communistic country like North and South Korea, looking at that. Well, South Korea, you're looking at this, wondering, well, how are they going to force these people to marry and have more kids, or more units for the war machine, for the labor machine? How are they going to force you to do that? And I sit back with popcorn and I look forward to, trying to see how they're going to do this. Now, for America, they know that they're trapped as far as using their own logic. They're trapped. They can't coerce men to get with women. You can't. Because it directly negates feminism and everything that it's talked about. You got to understand, every bit of this in our culture is propaganda in motion. Every bit of it. The feminism is just straight up propaganda. It's a hijacking of the education system, of the societal, experimentation between people. It is a hijacking of all of these things, used and weaponized against people to use them like they're cattle in a slaughter. Because your usability and resource are the only thing they want out of you. Hell, they already believe there's too many of us on the planet right now. Even though that's false. Too many resources. We need some people gone, baby. Yeah. We need some people gone. I look forward to seeing how they do it. How are you going to force people to get with women? Because when you have feminism in place and women argue strongly that they are not attracted to men and don't want 95% of the men out here, and that you can't force men and women together because that's rape. You have government backed yourself in a pigeonhole that you can't get out of, because it's either you admit that you're going to force men to get with women. It's either you're going to admit that you're going to write laws to force men to get with women, or you're going to make it so hard on men, quote unquote, through the laws, raising taxes, penalizing people for not being with women, and that you're just going to make it so obvious that this is what it is. And smart men have already figured it out. They've already figured it out. You cannot force attractiveness. You cannot force relationships. People have tried. It does not work. It does not work. It does not work. Let's do it.
They also found support for male superiority predicting more favorable attitudes toward marriage and not significantly reducing intentions to marry. Sounds a little bit like mixed results to me. So here's their proposed solution. They actually gave no direct intervention design to bring men back into marriage. They didn't give any suggestions at all. Instead, they just called for researchers and policymakers to take modern anti-feminism statements seriously as a variable regarding family formation, and to test any associations even further regarding institutional and cultural context. So basically, they just wanted to write this paper without actually adding to any way to resolve it. So the second one we have comes from Poland. This one is Let's Talk About Single Men, a qualitative investigation of never married men's experience of singlehood. So here they took in the problem that they proposed was an involuntary singlehood as being a possible source of men's distress, reduced self-esteem, loneliness, emotional development, and
so that's where it comes. That's where your psychologist, your psychiatrist, all of these bought and paid for and sponsored fields come in to play. So remember what I said just a while ago, that if they can't directly force you, they're going to make it so hard. That's what this is. That's what this is. That's where the psychology field comes in. That's where the making of the laws comes in. So now they're going to encamp you, entrap you around with the laws, with language, with words, turn the societal majority on against you, and pressure and pigeonhole you into submission and acceptance of this. Oh, well, you must be gay. Oh, you must be in distress. Oh, you must be lonely. Oh, suicide rates are going to go, and they're going to get worse with it. Trust me. They're going to say, well, what about all these school shootings? Could it have been from a single man? Could it have been from, they're going to keep upping the ante until it makes it look like it's such a bad thing for a man to be single that you have no choice but to go back to helping make baby factories with women. They're trying to coerce you out of being single, of being free from all of these tie downs and attachments. They don't know how to coerce you and make money at the same time back to the plantation, so to speak. They want your resources. Being single, being on your own, making your money is not good enough for them. They are going to find ways to take that away from you. They do it all the time with married folk, and now they're coming after single people, because that's where redistribution of wealth is starting to trickle and pour into. Men being single now. Well, the government goes this way, we go that way, and then the government turns back and follows us. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. We're outsmarting the government, and they're following behind us and making laws, sweeping up their tracks. That's what they're going to do. Mr. Man, don't you know that being single without a woman means you're lonely? Means you're more likely to commit suicide? How do they know? How do they know? All you're doing is basing it off of possibly made up numbers. And the people that have killed themselves, they want to lie about why the people killed themselves. Those single men that kill themselves all the time, oh, they don't bring up the fact that the laws didn't change. We wanted our kids. You don't bring up those statistics. You don't say that the people that want to kill themselves killed themselves because you took their children away from unjust laws. Yeah, we leave that part out conveniently. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. They're going to present all of these studies to you. They're going to present all of this quote unquote data and facts and evidence. But they're going to conveniently leave out the part that the laws never changed. The children or the money was taken away from the man unjustly. And so the man, felt like there was no way out. So he killed himself because of how crooked the courts were. See, that's the part they're not going to bring up with all these statistics. That's the part they're going to conveniently leave out. Why? What's the real reason? Because men were shafted by the very laws they helped create with their own two hands. Men were shafted. That's where the term getting fucked comes from. You're shafted. You have been shafted by the laws. And so they're going to present all that as, well, they were just lonely. Oh, these men killed themselves because they were just, meandering through life, and they didn't have a woman. Even though most of them killed themselves because of a woman, direct causation. But yet, for some reason, they were lonely and didn't have whammons, and they were lonely, and they developed 3 times as higher of a chance to commit crimes and kill each other and kill themselves because they didn't have a woman. Even though women were a lot of the cases direct causation because they killed themselves and because the laws were so corrupt. Yeah, conveniently leave those parts out, especially in a communistic country, right? Yeah, we killed themselves. Yeah, these men killed themselves because they just didn't have that right partner in their lives, right? And I've said before, and I'll say it again, what good is a woman in your life? If you find a woman tomorrow, if you find somebody tomorrow, what good is it if the laws didn't change, homie? What about the men who have passion and want to see this change for people? What about the men who wants to see the courts stop taking children away from men? Just because you got some pussy on the side, what does that mean for the rest of society? Who cares if you got your nut off? Who cares? What about the men who are still killing themselves over their children being stripped from them? The life that the children are having taken away from them against their will and their well-being. In a lot of cases, the children are told what's best for them, even though the child or children are literally telling you, we want dad. I've seen it. The child or children will tell them all day long, I want to go live with dad. Nope. We've ruled that in the best interest of this child, it's for the woman to take care of. Uh-huh. Yeah. Is it really, you think? If you find a woman tomorrow and you get your nut off and you have a happy family ever after, red pill rhino, and you do everything that you set out to want to do, how does that solve the crooked court cases and the crooked lobbyists that's in this culture right now that we're trying to get solved? How does it stop millions of men everywhere killing themselves over something we could so easily course correct and stop a lot of this corruption if we take back our country? How does it change any of that? It don't. You having pussy doesn't change anything except the way you feel in the moment. Who cares if you find a woman? Who cares? It don't change the crooked laws. It don't change the crooked lawyers, the crooked judges. It don't change people killing themselves every day over the redistribution of this wealth, very, very real Title 4D extortion ring system being ran by criminals with laws and law books and paying each other to do this crap. Right now, This ain't about Democrat versus Republican. This ain't about liberal versus conservative. This is about America and American tax-paying, hard-working, blue-collar people versus a tyrannical system that sold you out and bought you and paid for you a long time ago and is selling you right now down the pipe to China, to Israel, to every other fucking country around the planet except this economy right here. This nation right now is crumbling, and you've got all these tax dollars going to all these other foreign countries while this economy, this quote unquote first world country sits here and collapses right in front of our eyes, and we're told to sit there and just watch it happen. Let these people continue to be corrupt, or we're going to come hire some hitmen to come kill you. Let the corruption happen, homie. Just sit back and let it happen. Let these people flood in your country and destroy everything from within. Let these women continue to kill these babies at hundreds of millions of babies per several years. Just keep sitting back and letting it happen. Watch the fabric of the economy get destroyed one day at a time. No, we'd rather argue about what's in people's bedroom. We'd rather worry about what the color of somebody's skin is. We'd rather worry about somebody saying nigga on screen or faggot or pussy or bitch or queer. We'd rather worry about some woman getting the vote somewhere that's on welfare in Section 8 that don't know what the fuck she's voting upon. We're more worried about shit we don't need to be worried about as the economy collapses around us. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You're not going to see this economy get into shape until that food starts drying up. When them Twinkies, when them Ding Dongs, when them Mountain Dews and Ho-Hos and cupcakes and Jolly Ranchers and M&Ms and Skittles, when all that shit starts disappearing and people start getting more crime-centric to want to commit crimes to get that crap, and you know why? Because they're addicted to it. And in the economy, because we didn't change the laws and sitting back and waiting for all this to happen so we can rake in the benefits of all of this addiction and disease and usury of the people. Oh, yeah. Make you sick. Make you sick when you figure it out, won't it? That'll make you sick.
A few other things. So what they did was they interviewed 22 never married and single men. 22 of them, they were aged 22 to 43 and single for at least 6 months. And what they reported was that 18 of 22 men described some form of personal deficiency that they believed interfered with finding or maintaining a relationship. So that's 18 out of 22. 20 out of 22 described both advantages and disadvantages of being single. Those included things like autonomy and personal development, along with the negative things like exclusion and concern about missing marriage or becoming a father at some point. 17 of the 22 discussed whether they should wait for a partner or actively pursue one. One of their themes was that passivity is a protection against rejection. And their solution, as you could probably imagine with probably a lot of these, and it's very common throughout research, their solution is that psychotherapists, counselors, and educators help identify obstacles that they offer therapy or social skills to help you make you a better person. They also suggest helping men articulate romantic sexual needs, encouraging some degree of proactive searching, and help men accept rejection. I thought I was going to get through that with a straight face. Helping men to accept rejection and uncertainty. So instead of stopping and not punching that guy in the face anymore, you're just going to tell him to accept the rejection and uncertainty as to whether I'm sorry, accept the uncertainty as to whether you're going to get punched in the face. Oh shit, I wish I were making this stuff up. And they also say that professionals should help men who prefer singlehood accept and build meaningful single lives. Why?
They are starting to frame your singleness as a mental disorder. Are you paying close attention to what they're doing to you? Are you paying attention to what they're doing while we're arguing about skin color and genitalia? They're trying to label singleness as mental, as something that's a problem. They're trying to make your singleness, your choice that you, and again, you made the choice on your own. You are a sentient being. You made the choice to be single. Now they're trying to frame it for you as something as a mental disorder. A mental disorder. Something that you need to be clinically evaluated to get you on some pills somewhere for. More usury, more money in their pockets over shit that quote unquote cures the symptoms and not the actual problem. Singleness is, they're trying to classify it right now as men. If you try to stay single, it's a mental disorder. We're gonna clinically evaluate you. Have you noticed very carefully how women talk about men who are single? Because that's where a lot of this societal part is coming from, through the women. Oh, well, these men must be lonely. There must be a loneliness epidemic. There must be some sort of a problem with these men that they don't want to date us women. We want a relationship. In other words, they're trying to frame it as if they've got all their ends of it taken care of. Now it's on you. They're trying to throw it all back on you. Well, we've got all of our ducks in a row, men. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. But did the laws change? Did feminism go out the window simply because they got their ducks in a row? Pay attention to those details that do not change about this topic matter. Just because these women say that they've got their ducks in a row, does that mean that feminism changed? Does that mean that the laws changed? No. No, it did not. No, it did not. We've got Keodino Fisi, I think. I don't want to butcher your name, brother. Good to see you. Shadow Sonata. I'd given up on any hope of a family long ago. Even back in the late 90s, I knew American Dream was dead, and women, along with their enablers, killed it. Yes, sir. And I see, sorry about that. I saw Ian Blades in here. What's up, brother? Starting to sound like Bill Hicks, huh? Some of the women around here need a burqa. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't too far off the way that New York is going. Minnesota, ask Big Angry Phil. There's a lot of places that's starting to amp up the anti-bacon burqa wearers. It takes 6 men to carry you to the grave and 1 woman to put you in it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's kick it back into overdrive, shall we?
I think if somebody has already moved on and accepted that they want to be single, that they're okay if they don't need your help anyway. But thank you very much. So this next one comes from Italy and Sweden. This one is called, and I wish I were making this up as well, but their article is called Swallowing and Spitting Out the Red Pill. Now, how nasty is that? I, as a professional, a researcher, and having published researcher, I would never consider publishing something that begins with swallowing and spitting out. Anyway, the subtitle here is Young Men, Vulnerability, and Radicalization Pathways in the Manosphere. Again, from Italy and Sweden. Here,
this. Okay, this right here. Let me take your comment off there. This right here is exactly why, no matter how much you prove to people all over the culture that MGTOW is not this, it's not related to Andrew Tate, it's not related to Pearly Things, it's not related to, they are desperate to lump you in and forget about you so that they can categorize you, chop you up, and throw away the philosophy along with everything else, labeling you as a terrorist, as a manosphere, as a grifter, PUA, an Andrew Tate disciple. It don't matter how much we talk to the contrary. It don't matter how much men prove to the contrary. Even proof to these people isn't enough anymore. They know how to twist it. They know how to take your proof. They know how to take your life, your logic, your facts, your evidence. They know how to twist it and manipulate it and turn it against you. That's the type of people that we are dealing with. Men who lives an honest lifestyle of just wanting to be left alone and chase your morals, ethics, values, principles, controlling your biology. You are on the chopping block. You, right now, people all around you in the medical field right now are trying to find ways to label you a problem, to call you something that society needs to keep a watch on. You need to be studied by the scientists. You are too dangerous to live amongst real human beings. Why are you single? Do you hate women? Well, maybe you're going to become a problem and develop school shooting capabilities and, want to rape people and kill people. Well, we can't have that. Marrying a woman solves all that magically. Oh, does it? What did I just tell you moments ago? Does marrying a woman solve all of the laws being staying on the books? Does marrying women solve anything we're trying to accomplish here in MGTOW? No, because once, and unfortunately, it's happened to a lot of men that have followed this philosophy and have left. When they get married and they kick all of this behind in the rearview mirror and they turn their back on it, almost like they didn't need MGTOW to begin with when they find that wham. And yeah. Yes.
What their problem was that the red pill involvement is a form of misogynistic radicalization. I don't know what y'all got going over there in Italy and Sweden.
Let StreamYard catch up there for a second, because everything under the umbrella of manosphere, red pill in the mainstream public is tied into the categorization of Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, Pearly. And when you see him and you see other people prescribing to that out here, banging women and chasing drugs and chasing money, chasing punyaya and all that good stuff, every single one of you going down the line is going to get categorized in that same category, and we're going to lump you in as people with mental disorders. They're trying to label being single a mental disorder. I'm telling you right now, you mark what I'm telling you in the next few years if they don't label it a mental disorder to be single. Because they're not changing the usury of the laws. They're not changing all of the child support courts or the alimony courts anytime soon. They're not changing any of these children getting stripped from you and your resources stripped from you as well, and these women being used by the courts. None of that's changing anytime soon. But what they're trying to do is get out ahead of all of these single men who have went around it, like you and me, and is starting to make money, starting to make gains, living happy, living a quiet, peaceful lifestyle with minimal stuff to leave behind when we pass away. No, these usurpers of usury in the culture, they can't have that. No, sir, we can't have you living minimalistic and living without some sort of tie down and responsibility that we've deemed upon you. No, we need you. We need you to marry these whammons and let the laws stay as they are, and take your chances and get fucked up and let all of your property get redistributed to us. We can't have that. We can't have all of you men by the millions jumping ship, going overseas and finding wives and all that, circling around and going around our laws. It's not going to stop, gentlemen. And it's going to keep getting worse, and it's going to keep getting worse. When men are able to keep their wealth and their health and their resources, wherever you go, whatever you do, they will follow you. They are following you right now. That's why they're studying MGTOW. That's why they're studying Red Pill. That's why they're making all of these laws against you that they can to keep you in line. They are studying your lifestyle to make sure that you're not getting too far away from them, that they can't. What do you think all these flock cameras are? What do you think these data centers are? Do you think that that's just so that you can get more tailor-made ads for Burger King Big Whoppers with cheese on them? Do you think it's all just for the pedigree dog food so Scruffy can have a nice, delicious lunch made with processed bullshit like human food? Do you think that's what that is about and only about? Oh, where do I want to go to vacation? I was talking about the Bahamas. Now I have 50 ads for Bahamas now suddenly. How did that happen? No, we don't need data centers for all that. We don't need cars that can shut themselves off and make you wear a seatbelt if you don't want to and shit like that. Have a camera right in front of you, and if you don't make eye contact and look like you're serious about driving, we'll shut the sucker off and call the cops for you. Yeah. You didn't know that, did you? There's some cars now that's starting to get all this bullshit added to them. And so what are they doing, gents? They're trying to go right behind you and sweep up all the old vehicles off the road with laws and making it harder on the parts companies and the manufacturers to quit supporting older vehicles and, try to swap you into something new, creating problems where there is none. Because I don't need... Yeah, Ian, it's probably because when I switched channels, you may have not been here. Hold on, let me take care of y'all real quick. I'll get you guys put some rinses back in your hands here shortly. Just bear with me, man. I'm probably going to have to do that when I get done with this stream. So bear with me.
But it sounds actually pretty familiar with what's going on here in the United States. They have a problem such that men's vulnerability and relationship difficulties can make the ideology of red pill pervasive, and that it's treated as depending on hostility, rigid masculinity, and disconnection. All right. So keep in mind, we're going around the globe here. So what they did was I didn't want to laugh throughout this thing, but I'm just gonna let go, whatever. So what they did was collect posts for 6 months from a Reddit community used by former red pill men. They analyzed written narratives about entering, participating in, and then eventually leaving the red pill or manosphere. And what they reported was that vulnerability is central to both entering and exiting the red pill manosphere. They also reported that men stated loneliness, insecurity, difficulty with relationship experiences, dissatisfaction with masculinity, and some other things like identity and control and things like that. Well, no shit. You get punched in the face so many times when you say hello. Yeah, you're going to choose to be alone, even if it's lonely, even if that's difficult in having friendships with other people. All right, so their solution anyway was they primarily an analytic study. Right, so they didn't provide any detailed marriage or dating intervention at all. Again, this is one of those things where they just wanted to get on Reddit, look at a whole bunch of comments, and write about it without offering any solutions. What they wanted to do is understand vulnerability and radicalization pathways, and to understand disengagement so that healthier and more.
And that's exactly why every time, like I said a while ago, every time that we come out and we separate ourselves from Andrew Tate, from Fresh and Fit, and me personally, I've stopped using a lot of the labels. I don't even use manosphere anymore. I don't use those terms anymore because they are trying to lump every single one of us in with people who they're trying to build a mainstream narrative around, which is Tate, which is Pearly, which is all these people. And I refuse to be a part of that. I refuse to be collected up in that. I know, and you good people here, all of you know exactly what real red pill is. It is information the government does not want you to have that could get you looked at by the FBI. You know what it is? Dangerous information, quote unquote, that they don't want you to have about certain topics. When you figure out that all of this is on somebody else's payroll, it's on somebody else's dime, script. All this is scripted. All the talking points that feminists talk about, it's all scripted. Somebody else come up with it somewhere else. And you realize that it's politics, it's political. You realize where this is going. You realize where the end game is. It's political. It's political power. It's political transfer of power. It's them getting you to agree to give up your own sovereignty, your own validity, resources willingly. Me and Batty Commander and them were having a talk earlier on Chaos's stream today about them being able to get you not only in the American patriotic spirit to want to go fight for your country, they'll manufacture a crisis and get you all star-spangled happy and starry-eyed to be willing to go over there and want to kill people. Because they know how to manipulate people through emotions. Keep your emotions at always in check. We're not chicks. None of us here are women. At least maybe one or two women watching this, I think. We're not women. Don't let them lead you around the nose by your emotions. And I remember very well back in 2001 when 9/11 happened and most of the entire country came together and was in church damn near every day, praying, wanting to go kill Osama bin Laden, wanting to go stomp a mud hole in them. Because the government was constantly telling you, yeah, come on, we got to go kill these motherfuckers. Don't you want to sign up and serve your country and be a real patriot? That's how easy it is for them to manipulate you. And they do it to women all the time. They will manipulate men if you're not careful through your emotions as well. Don't think they won't. What gets men emotional? It ain't a puppy dog dying. It ain't a woman dying. It's look, family, protecting people. That's what gets men emotional. Protecting his family, protecting his friends, protecting and serving his community. Those are the things your government uses against you in the form of manipulation. You know how? Because every one of those things is controlled through their laws in one way, shape, form, or another against you. And you're forced to fund it and pay for it through your taxes. I do look forward to seeing how they're going to force us back to the plantation, because they're going to try. And right now, one of their ways they're doing it, as we've just got done talking about, is through trying to demonize being single. Gentlemen, listen to what I'm telling you very carefully. For all of you that have never watched this channel before, everybody that watches this, listen to what I'm telling you. The same people that's preaching to you that your body, your choice, even though, ironically enough, we know that they're actually just talking about women when it comes to that, because it's political, psychological propaganda. Now is going to try to turn that on you and say you can't use that when it comes to marrying women and keeping the children going. I thought men had the right to choose whether they wanted to date, marry, or stay single or not. I thought we had that choice. But because you're not going down one of their avenues, because you're not doing it the correct way, you're not doing it their way and making them money and giving them power politically, they're going to demonize you. They're going to make it sound like you're crazy and insane to the rest of the people. Remember, the rest of society is already insane. The rest of society is already crazy. They're trying to convince a bunch of crazy people that you're crazy. They're trying to convince crazy people that's been made crazy through drugs, through propaganda, through education all these years, that now suddenly you're crazy because you won't date them. You won't marry them. How do you like that for hijinks? How does that grab you? Not by the pussy. Don't touch them. It's crazy people trying to convince other crazy people that you're also crazy. Criminals trying to convince crazy people on drugs and other medications that you're along with them. Collectivism. Also, aka socialism, aka communism. This is why I can't be on YouTube, because we cut it too laser straight. It's too raw. It's too unfiltered, too uncooked. Son, I'm telling you, when you figure this out, you really begin to realize that our enemy has been in that White House the entire time. And it ain't the government itself that's the problem. It's the people running the government. Laws are just laws. It's the people who enforce them you have to be worried about. These people in Washington have all kinds of crazy intents and purposes for everyday people. You don't even know who they are, but yet they're suddenly very interested in you. And they spend billions of dollars studying and researching you to make more money for them. There's a purpose in all that money being spent on you, investing in you, to get all that back in return in profits, more control, more power, more political gains. This is why we can't be on YouTube, gents. This is why channels like this will probably never last on YouTube. That's all it is.
Progressive masculine identities and routes to out of the manosphere could be supported. Again, no solutions. All they wanted to do was get on Reddit and publish it in a journal. The next one, let's have a look at one of two from the United States. This one is scarcity of college men and the decline in marriage among non-college Americans. And this is one of those things, I forget, I don't have it in my notes here right now. I think this one was actually just recent, 2025 or 2026. And I wish, I don't know how people continue to publish stuff like this, because it's been published and published and published to death. But anyway, so what their problem statement was all around declining employment, earnings, freedom from incarceration, right? So men are incarcerated too much. All of this necessarily around non-college men, and all of it being a constraint to marriage. So they had one of the problems that they introduced or mentioned was a reduced economic position makes the available pool of stable partners smaller. No shit, right? How many times and for how long have we been hearing that?
Scarcity of college men. The scarcity of college men. Several things to be said here. Number one, it is not profitable anymore in this day and age to go to college. Once you find a STEM field, mechanic, plumbing, electricity, any of those things, you pretty much, you're going to make, hopefully, from what I've been hearing, you can make good money in a lot of those fields. More money than you would going through the government red tape through a higher job. How many times have we seen people in the work field that goes to college, goes through the 8 years plus? They get put on a waiting list. Oh, you got to have work experience, but you can't get work experience because you got to be hired, and you can't get hired because you got to have work experience. How much of that red tape have we seen? You can make just as much money out here doing STEM like anything else. Number two, you've got a lot of goofy motherfuckers in them college places that teach you all kinds of propaganda, that's teaching you leftist ideology, will not let you think for yourself. They got to teach you what to think and how to think about the subject matters. Is it worth it to go to college anymore? No. And then most people, when they go into debt. They go into debt. Mr. Hammerhand, sir, a pleasure to see you in the chat. Good to see you, brother. Hope all's well with you. Come on in, wipe your feet off, brother. Pull up a chair, and we just talking about this video here, man. Making some points, hopefully reaching some people with this. I'm going to tell you right now, I have heard it numerous times stated, I can go get a job working such and such out here, and I can be just as happy. And I can make good damn money too. And that's true. Buddy, that's true. That's true. You don't need, because a lot of what college is indoctrination anyway. It's propaganda. It's people. Let me see how I can put this a nice way. When you have professors and all that are lobbied and paid for, that are speaking what they're paid to say because they're sponsored and campaigned and all that good stuff, kind of like the scientists, when they're able to be lobbied for, when the money speaks for them, and facts, logic, evidence, and common sense gets twisted up into their narrative. Is it really worth it to go by their avenues anymore? Hell, I'm gonna do you one better. Is it worth it to go to regular public school anymore? It's damn near the same thing. Damn near the same thing. And now, when you're in school, now you're subject to all the LGBT faggots and queers and freaks and geeks in there that want to teach kids all of this sex ed stuff for no fucking reason other than we're trying to recruit. What do you think they're in these schools for, gents? They're trying to recruit. They're getting them young and trying to recruit them. The education system in this country has failed. It has failed. And it continues to fail. Because it's state sponsored. It's local, federal sponsored propaganda. You want to know the truth about it? It's education that was written by the Jews. Don't tell nobody, would you? Winners write the history books, so they put in there what they want, paint themselves as nice little victims so that everybody else doesn't come down on them, even though there's a reason why they're kicked out of every country they've went to. Reason number 412 why Outlaw can't be on YouTube. Just saying.
So what they did was take archival data, historical evidence on education, earnings, employment, incarceration, and marriage in the United States. They did a large administrative and survey databases is what they looked like, and compared marriage patterns across cohorts and labor markets. Again, nothing new here at all. And what they reported was the growing female advantage in college enrollment has not substantially reduced marriage among college-educated women. Big surprise, right? They also reported worsening outcomes or reduced outcomes for men without college, and that reduces their marriage prospects. Again, no shit, Sherlock. Their solution then was...
Here's some more things. Here's some more things to consider here, okay? When you have DEI that's putting women and minorities and everything and anything else ahead of men in these colleges, and then you're turning around and demonizing men for being teachers and whatnot, scared that they're pedophiles and whatnot, but yet you're still seeing LGBT in school. You're still seeing children getting raped by these teachers. That's one thing. Now, as we know about hypergamy and all that stuff, the more educated, quote unquote, women get, they don't date down. Usually they date up. Go back to what I just said. If more women are being hired than men, and the education is turning into their favor, quote unquote, where's all the men of higher intelligence for them to look up to want to date up? Because the statistics are showing that women are starting to outnumber men in the education, in the colleges and whatnot. Which means there's a stalemate there. Because they're not going to date down. That's the whole reason they're in college, is to get better, quote unquote, in their mind, better availability of men because they're more educated, quote unquote. I swear to God, that's what it is. They think by going to college, that opens them up to higher quality value men. Because we're more educated. We're not hillbilly. We don't live down on the base level. We want to open ourselves up to more good men out there. And they find out that they were lied to, because men don't care about women's education. Men cares about building a family they can provide and protect for. I don't care how much you know about the Pythagorean theorem or any of that other shit. Don't care how much law you know. Don't care about this, that, and the third. I care about making a family with you. Women thought that these men were going to be available all in the culture once they went to college and went into debt up to their eyeballs, not realizing that college was a lie from the start. Schooling in general is a lie. Every bit of it. Unless you are taught how to make money, read, write, arithmetic, unless you are taught how to find work and go work in something that's steady and make money and retire off of, schooling makes no sense. In my opinion. Let me make that clear. In my opinion. I hated school the whole time I went. At some point, you realize none of this matters. And I extend that to college, because from what I have seen and heard through Steven Crowder, through Charlie Kirk, through all of these people that used to go to these college places and expose these people in real time, it sounds like your tax dollars are getting wasted. They ain't learning anything they're supposed to. Hell, college is supposed to be a place where your horizons broaden, where the way you think about things widen. There's not supposed to be a set, set of propaganda, this, that, and the third, and taught about BLM and genitalia and all this dumb shit. You're supposed to be able to broaden your way of thinking with higher education than what's available in school. The minds of our future. The leaders of our future. And all they care about is if gay people get the right to marry or not. All they care about is if you get to cut your dick and balls off and turn into a whammon. All they care about is if black people get reparations. Shit that don't mean nothing, don't matter about nothing, ain't got nothing to do with the progression of our economy. But yet, boy, they care about things that have nothing to do with anything. And what's crazy is every one of those people are going to be the first in line to get chopped off when war happens over on our shores. And I ain't being funny about it. And I'm not trying to, study the nature of tyranny. Study the nature of what's happening. There can only be one at the top. And gay people and LGBT and BLM and white, whatever you call it, all of that is going to fall by the wayside because it's all just political tools to gain people power that has a iron grip on all of this. Keep playing with it if you want to. I'm just saying. At some point, we see through it, and we refuse to fall for it. We're almost there, gents. We're going to get you up on panel here in just a moment, unless you want to hear me run my yap some more.
To continued geographic studies and policies that improve employment and other outcomes. You've heard all of this before. I'm just going to skip past some of this stuff. The second one we have from the United States is State of Our Unions 2026, the dating recession. Now, this isn't not necessarily a study. I think this one is more of an organizational type report, a study of sorts. So again, from the United States here, their problem is that there is a dating recession. This organization is all about promoting marriage. Again, some of their issues were broken pathways to marriage, low dating frequency, inadequate dating skills and confidence. You stupid jerks. Why are you so lacking so much confidence after you get punched in the face? Just be more confident. Anyway, a couple of other things there that they did. So they surveyed a little over 5,000 unmarried Americans ages 22 to 35. So it's a younger group. And they focused on who said that they definitely, maybe, or possibly expected to get married. And what they reported was 30% reported currently dating, 31% dated once a month or so, 64%.
If you will pay close enough attention to what they're talking about, it's them using the weaponization of psychology, of psychiatry, whatever you call it, gaslighting, manipulating, societal engineering, societal conditioning. It's using and weaponizing that against you to get back in line, to snap back in place, to go right back to doing what you were programmed to do. That's exactly what that is. Hey, Mr. Man, we've taught you all through childhood to sacrifice for the greater good. We've taught you that women are your equals, they're your partners, and that at any moment in time that they don't feel good about you, they can take you to divorce court and take everything from you. And you work and make all this, and then you go die. And we repeat the process, rinse and repeat. So when men begin to realize that this system is not that, and that we were here for more than just a cookie cutter path all the way to the grave, when you are that cow in the field waiting to be slaughtered, and suddenly you become sentient, the blinders fall out of your eyelids, and you look around and you see the factory not far in the distance waiting to put you through the meat grinder and kill you, you become MGTOW, you become red pill, seeing where you're at, what's around you. When I look out around me, brothers, when I look at this culture around me, I see a lot of cows, figuratively and literally, that are still grazing in the grass, peacefully waiting to be slaughtered. I see a lot of people who have awakened that choose to go back to being peacefully slaughtered. Those are who I call the willful ignorant, the ones with their head in the sand, the head up their ass, or up each other's ass, figuratively and literally, of course. When you get, for some people, when you get awoken to what's going on, and you don't know how to handle it, and maybe you're second guessing it and you're questioning if it's wrong or not, sometimes you will go back to putting your head down and going back to pretending like you didn't just see what you saw. that cow ever gets a good look at that slaughter, if they ever get a good listen to what's happening in that slaughterhouse, and you realize that at some point you're going to be next, that's what walking away from the plantation is. That's what going to greener pastures means. Getting away from that factory that wants to slaughter you in the form of divorce court, child support court, alimony courts, societal conditioning against you, the education, religion, all of this stuff that works against you that's already been taken from us and used against us. That's your awakening. That's your self-realization that something is wrong. You move on to greener pastures, but some of these cows feel that it's their, I wouldn't say responsibility, but it was more of their calling to go back and be like, hey, come on, man. There's greener pastures over here. Reach some of those cows. We want to see some more cows leave with us, right? You're not really cows, but you get what I'm saying. Hey, man, we see greener pastures down here. Come on. Fresh water, fresh air, no factories in sight. We can live in peace and harmony and do our thing, and then, just enjoy our time here. They won't never find us, even though we're ghosting in plain sight, living amongst society. That's what a MGTOW man is. Morals, ethics, values, principles, controlling the biology, realizing what time it is, where you're at. Very possible to do. Very, very possible to do. It's just a matter of if the person is willing to open their eyes to it or not. Enough men have made a difference that this is now alarming the higher ups. Now they're trying to figure out, how can we turn this back on you and make it your fault all over again and get you back to where we want you? Oh, I know. We're going to demonize being single. We're going to make it sound like you have a mental disorder. We're going to make you look like you're crazy, like society is turning on you because, well, society believes what they're telling them, and society is being told to be turned on you. Outnumbering you. Mob mentality, mob rule. Why we talk about these things, every bit of it links together. It's all important. You just got to be smart enough to see it. Let me put that link out to you. If anybody has anything they want to add or say to this, I'm going to go for a little while longer. And then we're going to start wrapping this one up because Batty Commander wants to go live tonight. So we'll give the floor to him later on. But gents, you got to care, man. I say it all the time. Got to care about these men that don't see it. Got to care about these people that refuse to see it. I do. That's why I don't mind sticking it in YouTube's face every single chance I get and telling them to go fuck themselves. See it with your own two eyes. Hear it with your own two eyes. Let these older men like Infinium and Hammer and all these other guys tell you their experience. Let them tell you. Billions of men all around the world experiencing the exact same thing. Something to it. Something to it.
Of men and 74% of women had not dated or had only a few dates in the past year. Again, I'm going to skip past some of this because it's stuff that we've heard from Pew Research and a whole bunch of other places. So their solution then is explicitly calling for efforts to revive dating. And that includes, again, dating education and practical skills, help with resilience and rejection. Again, just be more resilient when you go to that restaurant and they punch you in the neck. Get used to the rejection. They also want peer educators. They want structured social and speed dating opportunities, lower date costs. Said every man ever, right? They also call for involvement by parents, counselors, religious leaders, influencers.
Not only do they think it's a mental disorder with you, they want to spend more money to make training courses to teach you how to go by our propagandized route better. Again, they can set up all of the programs and all of the studies they want to. The main thing, did the laws change? Did feminism change? Did women suddenly change on a dime overnight because these laws and studies are becoming a thing? Did everything suddenly go into a neat line and file cabinet like a zipper simply because these laws are going into place? Does it all change overnight simply because they want to train you on how to approach? And by the way, you understand this ain't for women. You understand that what they're talking about here is not for women. It's for you men. They want to train you. They already have women under their thumb. They already know how to control women. It's you that they have a problem controlling. Men are too smart for it. Men are resilient. Do you know why? Men helped build this bullshit. Men knows. Men knows what they're doing. Women don't, because women didn't build the system. They don't know the ins and outs. They don't know the inner workings like we do. Not most all of them in a majority. Maybe one or two, but not the majority. Right in front of your face. Put the puzzle pieces together. First of all, you got to learn to see it as a jigsaw puzzle. Then you start putting them together. That's all it is.
Public relations, education, funding for dating skills, lower housing and education costs, and broader efforts to improve men's marriageability. How's that a list for you? Hey, to fix this dating stuff, all we have to do is all of that. Oh, hell. We're almost at the end here. This one coming from Chile. Foregoing fatherhood. Why men are choosing not to have children. Again, from Chile. And here their issue was to identify voluntary male childlessness that's been neglected in the research because most childless research has been focusing on women. So this was almost entirely explanatory. Again, this was not done to help advocate for any policies, programs, systems, anything like that. So what they did was they did 20 semi-structured interviews with childless men in Santiago, Chile. And they chose permanent sterilization, these men did, as a strategy to avoid fatherhood. So they got snipped. I'm guessing they get snipped down there. I don't know what other medical options they have. So what they found was men described autonomy, individualism, enjoyment, personal passions, and personal projects as important reasons for rejecting fatherhood. Just like many of us here, or many of you. I have children. They also talked a little bit about poverty, high cost of living.
Consider the source. Why are they suddenly interested in you, all of you, having children? Consider the source. Who else are they going to traffic? Who else are they going to have pedophilia playtime with? As sick as that is to say. They think they own you. And this is them trying to tell you, we need you to have children. Okay, is the laws going to change? Am I going to have full authority and autonomy back over my family? No. Then what's the point of you advocating for me to have children? Why should I abide by that? Why should I, have children that you're just going to take and indoctrinate and, expose to all of this worldly corruption, and then I got to deal with the fallout at home, but I don't get to correct them because the law says I can't touch them. But yet they get exposed to any and everything out here. But I don't get a say in it. I don't get to discipline my own children. By the way, biology that come from my nutsack. Oh, women say, without us, you wouldn't have children. You're just the incubator. You're not the one that gives life. Men gives you life. You incubate it. You have the life that we gave you. Men carry the seed, not women. Without men's seed, society doesn't get built. Without men's seed, the culture don't multiply. Without men's seed, women become virtually useless. Every one of you women watching this show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've ever looked at a car sitting in a yard that ain't got no keys, nobody driving it, it's just sitting there rotting, what good is that car? That car's in the way, ain't it? You become somebody that's in the way unless you and him come together to have that child or children. Then both of you become useful. Man, oh man, oh man.
Fear of failing as a parent, again, all of these reasons for avoiding or not wanting to be a father, and that men's decisions arise from a combination of both personal motivations and social and structural pressures. Again, as I mentioned, they also did not intend to provide any solutions here. It's just to broaden scholarship and policy discussion. So again, no policy or no other recommendations here. They just wanted to say what they had to say. And the final one that we have from Japan here, the title is, Have Young People Retreated from Dating? Estimating the Transition Probabilities of the Heterosexual Relationship Status. So here in Japan, what they were interested in is whether the Japanese herbivore men, that narrative accurately describes young people's behaviors. And I'm not entirely familiar with this term over in Japan. So if I misquote or misrepresent this, please, somebody let me know. But apparently,
No, young men are becoming smarter because more and more men are watching. More and more men's statistics pile up in the divorce courts, child support courts, alimony courts, more than ever before. And these younger generations of men are seeing that directly because a lot of them are being directly affected, whether it be their own dad, their own brothers, their own uncles, granddads, cousins, like my cousin. They're directly seeing it on the ground level, what's happening. They know. It ain't hard to figure out. If you're continuing to push this, it's like a sales pitch. If you're continuing to push this, and people have pointed out to you over and over again what's wrong with it that needs to be fixed, and you make up any and every excuse why the law should stay in place and women should have this, my friend, you've become complacent. You know, this government knows full damn well why men are walking away. They're the direct cause of it. They are the direct cause of it. Are you kidding me? Of course they know why men walks away from this. You have to believe that they're helping guide this particular outcome for men walking away. I have to believe it's all part of the depopulation agenda. Because they're getting exactly what they want with men walking away from these women and not having children. Because they're the problem. They are the ones that created this problem. You're going to tell me the government doesn't know that they're their own problem? They're who's in their own way? They're the ones in their own way? Of course they do, Jens. They're writing the laws that's causing the problems. They're being funded by people, and they know the people that's funding causing the problems and lobbying and campaigning. Of course they know. Of course they know. They're the arbiters of the problem. They're just willfully ignorant because they know people are not going to hold them to accountable and can't afford to hold them accountable under the courts. That's the whole reason that they do it. You ever wondered why they own all the judges and the lawyers, and they lobby and campaign and buy off all the senators, congressmen, judicial, executive, legislative? Because they're covering their tracks, because they don't want a clear path of people getting to them and holding them accountable. If everybody could afford to fight justice right now and get what's rightfully theirs, everybody would do it. Everybody would do it. The fact that we can't afford justice is the point. They don't want justice to be affordable. They're greedy. It all ties together. They want more for themselves and less for you. Dear friend, your children are your children, no one else's. They think they own them, and they think that they have every right to write laws that ain't going to change over them once you have them. They're coaxing you to get back to doing what they want you to do. That's all this is. I'm just saying. Here we go.
Apparently, these are young men who are not necessarily unable to attract women, but who are comparatively passive about romance, sex, dating, and marriage, right? So they're not actively avoiding. They're just maybe agnostic, I guess you could say. So this study used statistical analyses between men who were single, having a romantic partner, and being married by birth cohort. And what they reported was that the herbivore men, that claim about young men broadly retreated from dating was not fully supported. So their solution was basically nothing. The author did not recommend any interventions or suggestions on ways to get men back into dating. Again, seeing a common theme here, right? All right, so the discussion, when we take all of these together, these sources all show that this is not one isolated American trend, and it's not one simple ideological movement.
What if I told you that the moment your book is published, there could be a giant billboard featuring you and your book in Times Square? And in addition, a video trailer that tells your book's story, a paid advertisement.
MGTOW is global. If you have experiences, I know that there are a lot of expats on my in my channel that watch my content. I'd love to know what you're experiencing, especially, I don't know if you're going to be an expat in Italy or Sweden, but what's your experience? What are people saying, and what are you finding where you are? But across the 6 countries that we just reviewed and the international manosphere, researchers are finding men who are less interested in dating, in marriage, and in fatherhood, or who are struggling to see a viable path, again, back to those things. Yet the explanation, they all keep changing depending on the source. Men are anti-feminists, they tell us. They're vulnerable. They're economically uncompetitive.
Because feminism has nothing to do with men and women being equal. It's got everything to do with women who are propagandized and taught to reject and hate men because of what they're told about them. To be superior. There's no such thing as a feminist that believes in true equality. They'll say that, but when you boil it down, every feminist that believes in this garbage, that's aware enough of it, wants superiority. They want equity, not equality. People get those two words mixed up all the time. A feminist wants equity in every way, shape, or form at a man's expense without doing anything to earn it. Because they're taught to be victims. And when you're taught to be victim, don't you have you ever thought about this with the neat part with all of this? You BLMs, anti, all of, you're taught to be victims, but you're not taught when to escape that victimhood. You're not taught when to walk away from it, to exit out of it. For most feminists, when they find a man, if that ever happens, it's just like with some MGTOW men. And I hate to say this, but there's been some men here that have done just this. When you find, if you're a woman in feminism, and you find a man, it's funny to me that all of that feminist talk nonsense goes out the window. It's always funny to me that feminists are some of the most ugliest people on the planet, some of the most overweight, some of the most unattractive, some of the most brightly colored people with colorful everything, colorful language, all that shit. It's amazing to me on the flip side when you see a lot of MGTOW men who finds a woman. Suddenly all this that we talk about here goes out the window. Almost like what they were being taught about it was just, appreciate it. I don't need it. Because when you claim to be MGTOW, when you claim to be red pill, and all you want to talk about is how to date women, how to get your sex game on, and how to be better at bedroom sex time fun, that ain't MGTOW. That ain't red pill. That's got nothing to do with what we talk about here. MGTOW is not about teaching you how to fuck a woman better, to have your libido up, and what things to eat to have a better ejaculation. That's not what MGTOW's about. You want to learn about that crap, go to a health class, go to a science and biology class that ain't been propagandized by lobbyists. What do I need to eat to get a better ejaculation? That ain't got nothing to do with MGTOW, man. MGTOW is about no marriage, no cohabitation, and no additional children. Because it is a silent ghosting protest out loud in the public. You're amongst the public, but you're not of the public. You're moving around, ghosting around amongst the public, but you're not of the public. You don't think like the public. You don't act like the public. You don't talk like the public. You stand out. You're an anomaly. That's what the philosophy is about. You're an anomaly in a modernistic world. Most people would say that this philosophy is full of misogyny and outdated myths about people. Let them think what they want. Does it work in practice? Absolutely it does. And it's up to you if you want to do that or not. If you want to go right back out there and date women and go have yourself a little family, that's your prerogative. I'll never stand in your way. I just won't never agree with you. Can't agree with you. I can't back something that the laws ain't been changed about, and divorce courts ain't been changed, and alimony courts. I can't in good conscience back the divorce courts, the child support courts, the alimony courts. You get married tomorrow, any one of you 15 men in here right now listening to this, if any of you went and married tomorrow and had kids, I couldn't back the system you're a part of. I can't back that marriage. I can't back cohabitation relationships only because the laws didn't change. You're in complete danger in the situation that you're in. You know that. I make double damn sure every stream to tell you that you're in danger every time that you get on my streams. I want you to know. I care enough about you. I want you to know. You need to know. I believe if there's anything that a man has ever owed in this life, and brother, trust me, I don't believe in being owed anything except a hard day's pay and the truth about something. You tell men the truth. They're owed the truth. Like I said, if there's anything that a man in this life is owed, it's a hard day's pay and the truth about the matter. You're owed the truth. Because to knowingly lie to you, to have knowledge that you need and don't give it to you, I am helping set up for your failure, to help sabotage you, in my opinion. In my opinion. I've had a hand in doing you a disservice by not leveling with you. Well, and if I don't know it, then we both need to be given the truth. Now, don't we? Dims the brakes. Dims the brakes. And hell, even if you change the laws today, if feminism suddenly all went away tonight, you still deal with the fallout of women with diseases, of all of this. You still deal with their hypergamy, their hypergamous nature. You still deal with a lot of things that needs to be taken into account. You don't get back the time that they stole from you with your children. You don't get back all of those resources that they stole from you. You can't put a price on it. You can't put a price on every one of your children and all the time that it was taken from you. You can't put a price on that because there is no price. Children aren't for sale. The culture we live in thinks that every single human being has a price tag over your head right now. Children especially. You are a commodity. You are a disposable commodity that has a price tag over your head right now, and they are more than willing to pay that invisible price they think you're worth. Mr. Batty Commander.
Giggity.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Outlaw. How are we doing tonight? How's everybody doing there?
Just tooling on along, talking this message.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, nobody wants to go to school no more. Title IX ran all the men off.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see how much we got left of this. We got 3 minutes left. Let's go ahead and finish this off. We'll be done.
They're socially unskilled. They're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of getting that old boom, boom when they go to the restaurant. They're overtly and overly individualistic, or they're influenced by online communities. And I apologize ahead of time for being part of that problem. Not. All right. So all of this is very striking to me. It's striking in the fact that we continue to see how far this rabbit hole goes. That's what I mean by striking. And how often the proposed solution still requires men to change or just to start enjoying that punch in the face. They all tell us that men need therapy, likely from women. They need better social skills to learn how to react better when you get punched in the face. They need more resilience, go back and take another punch in the face. They need more confidence. They need to have a better job. They need higher income so that you can start going to the restaurants again, you broke jerk. And they also need a healthier masculine identity. Now, in the American Dating Report, the authors explicitly recommend dating.
Yes, because it's a matter of them being the arbiters. It's them being the arbiter. They're trying to set themselves up as the arbiters of what you are. They want you to conform to what they claim that you are. Because they own you. They think they own you. And they think that they have ownership and authority to tell you what they want you to believe. Conform to what we're trying to tell you about yourself, even though we're complete strangers and we've never met you. We don't know who you are. We don't know you, Mr. Outlaw. We've never met you a day in our lives, but we claim to know every single stinking thing about you and your body autonomy better than you do. We don't know you, Mr. Batty Commander, but we claim to know everything there is to know about you. you heathen, you
Hmm.
complete strangers never met a day in their lives that will act just like they know you in and out. And they're trying to set the precedent and the societal norm for how people will perceive you. That's what this is about.
That's how propaganda works.
Yes, sir. And that's what this is. There it is. All right. Let's finish him up. We got one last bit here.
Education, as I mentioned, and efforts to improve men's marriageability. The Polish researchers similarly recommended helping men become more proactive and, as I mentioned, tolerant of rejection. That old punch in the face. But nothing about women, institutions, or society have been no comments, no statements about how all of those things and entities have been shitting on men since the 1970s or even before that. The red pill researchers acknowledge that men end up there in the manosphere after loneliness, after insecurity, relationship failures, in a sense that they can't meet the standards that people expect of them. They acknowledge that's why it's happening. But you think they offer them any solutions that maybe, hey, maybe we should stop punching these guys in the face. Maybe stop kicking them in the gonads. But ultimately, they all interpret those experiences through the language of radicalization and misogyny. Those words show up a lot in this material that I just went over. The South Korean research follows a similar pattern by treating the belief that men are treated unfairly as I mentioned, perceived male victimhood, and then linking that belief to lower interest in marriage.
Well, how? What else? What else do you call it? What else do you call it when a man's property, a man's child or children is almost guaranteed in every divorce to be taken from him, and the statistics prove that that's a mass majority of divorced men? What else do you call that? What else do you call that? Because this culture has victimized men. They have taken everything they possibly can from men. Men's desire to live a normal, peace, quiet lifestyle never changed. The people in charge of your laws changed. My desire to live my life how I want to will never change. And your desire to live your life how you want to has never changed. It will never change. Some things don't change other than the people running the laws.
That's a good point. A lot of people don't keep track of society, the evolution of society. We don't live like we did in the 50s or 1920s or the 1890s. And a lot of people don't track it. And that's what happens when you romanticize the past too much. You take the glasses off and see what's going on around you.
Hmm?
Most of us, we already know. But, all these other people, they're caught in the past. It's like when somebody says, well, I'm a Democrat. What do you mean you're a Democrat? No. I'm a Kennedy Democrat. What, that makes you better? You're still part of the party of slavery and rape. I mean, I'm bad people who do certain things to children. How does that make you virtuous because you're a JFK Democrat? The fuck? That's like me saying, "Oh, I'm a Republican. I'm a Lincoln Republican. I'm all about freeing the Southern slaves, but not the Northern ones." What?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, a man's desire to live life on his terms and conditions is universal. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what country you live in. Don't care what language you speak. Whatever you want to do with your life, that don't change from man to man. The things that change around you are people and laws, and people that write the laws that try to interpret you, want to interpret you for everybody else, as if we're stupid and don't understand things. I've said it before and I'll say it again. A man is not complicated. Ladies, hey, for all you women that watch this show, men are not complicated. We want the things we want. We tell you the things that we want. And that's the bottom line to it. Peace, quiet, freedom. Start a family. Build a legacy. It's just all there is to it. You know, as long as mankind has been around, and I'm going to use the word mankind because I like that word, mankind. It perfectly envelops what we have here, mankind. Men have always wanted to build a life with their own two hands. They've always wanted to do it how they want to do it, and they've always done it with the people they want to do it with. That's not complicated at all to understand. The only time you see it complicated is when people have vendettas that want to twist it and confuse it and make other people confused about it. What's hard to understand? I want a woman that is submissive. I want a woman that is a virgin. I want a woman that wants to have children and wants to be a wife. I don't need another lion in my home. I don't need a feminist. I don't need somebody that makes more than me. I don't need somebody that thinks she's smarter than me, that's constantly on the internet trying to find somebody better than me. I don't want that. Don't need that. And it's okay. Listen, this is part of healing from the red pill rage. Let these women do it. Do you know why? It helps you to weed out all the bad ones. They do it on their own. They're self-correcting problems. Women that do that, women that choose to do that, let them do it. You can't stop them anyway. Let them tell you who they are. Let these women show you exactly what they want and who they want. If it don't line up, move on. You're going to find that the more you develop your morals, ethics, values, and principles and control your biology, for a lot of men, that's going to be really hard, but listen to what I'm telling you. You're going to find that fewer and fewer women will meet the threshold. Almost like that's the whole point in a nutshell, isn't it? Oh, yeah. As a man, I don't want a woman with a high body count. No, ma'am. Get that ignorant shit the fuck out of my face. I don't want no woman that thinks she's a bisexual, because there's no such thing as a bisexual. That's mental disorder. Don't need a woman that wants to date other women. Don't need a woman that goes to feminist courses. Don't want one. Don't want one. You are the table in the relationship. Don't ever let anybody else ever tell you that. Without you, children don't get born with women unless they go around you and go to other people and all this good stuff. No, misanthrope. I am taking his video and I'm talking and adding some points of my own to it. Pretty good video. Pretty good video.
And this is where the discussions of MGTOW is absolutely backwards in research as well. To them, MGTOW is treated as the reason that men withdraw, right? But think about back to this restaurant example. I didn't start cooking, or your friend didn't start cooking at home, or go out and buy the grill, set it up on the deck, and having a good old time all by themselves, by ourselves, simply because there was a grill for us to purchase, or because cooking lessons exist. No.
Go ahead. You had something to say?
Oh, I'm sorry. He talks like a fag. Look at his body language. I mean, he looks like a fag. He's like, these guys got it all wrong. I mean, motherfucker, we're getting decimated because of the Duluth model. And he's talking about, we get it wrong? I don't know what kind of bitch he's got that's hypnotized and loves him and is submissive to him, but has he seen the shit that's going on out here? No. Look at him. He's got a certificate from a university. He probably lives in a golf community with a security guard to get in.
Yeah. He is a little soft talking, yeah.
He probably likes watching other guys come over and pound his wife, and he slurps up all the remnants of it.
Oh, God.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, God.
We started doing those things because every time we go somewhere else to eat, we get punched in the face. So we go someplace else that's more welcoming and accommodating for us, right? So obviously, guys don't first discover an ideology like red pill or MGTOW and then suddenly decide that relationships are dangerous and unrewarding. No, they learn that lesson first. First, they get to the balls and they go away. It's not the.
Hold on, Ramadi. There we go. I don't know why StreamYard is being gay right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, hey,
Other way around. And these dumbass researchers can tell.
How long? Hey, Batty.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
No, Batty, can you hear me? Is he
Yeah,
muted?
he was here just a second ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
he was here just a second.
I'm here.
I was just. Oh, you're here. Okay, man. Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, we were sharing a brain there for a minute, man. Because the more I watched him and the more I listened to him talk, that's the first thing that went through my eyes. Like, there's no way this guy's got to be a fag.
Yeah, look at his body language. He's screaming fag. Like he goes to the urinals just to stare at other dicks.
All right, let me.
He's probably a member of 3 different gyms just so he can stand in a shower all day and look at dick.
Let me kick this last bit here because we're right
dick
at the
looker.
end.
Men that they're damaged, radicalized, unskilled, economically inadequate, afraid of rejection, or that their social skills are horrible and they just need to man up, which, by the way, I didn't even think about it as I was preparing for this. All of the learning how to deal and cope with all of this stuff, what they're really telling guys is man up. And then we turn around and read a newspaper article or other research that we see on the news that's toxic masculinity. But here we got all this freaking research telling guys, get over it. Just figure out a way to deal with it. Learn how to be okay. So ultimately, if women in society want men to return to dating, marriage, and family life, even to have kids, then they've got to start being honest about what must change about the way that they are treating men. Stop punching them in the face. And until that happens, all of these proposed solutions, they amount to nothing more than trying to send men back into the same shitty conditions, restaurants, and relationships that we've already left. And we've discovered that we're happy doing it.
Psychology isn't the play.
If you rewind that about 20 seconds when he says, men left, he sounds like a girl.
Hold on, let me see what we got.
Man, well, I heard him say, I thought I heard him say that allegedly he's married and has children. So, I mean, again, to me, that's suspect. I wouldn't be, I mean, again, I'm not trying to shit on this guy. I'm just saying just what I observed. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he charges for some shit.
Let me see if we can hear that again. Hold up.
Hey. So ultimately, if women in society want men to return to dating, marriage, and family life, even to have kids, then they've got to start being honest about what must change about the way that they are treating men. Stop punching them in the face. And
Right
until
there.
that happens, all of these proposals.
The punching in the face remark. That is so
He kept
girly,
saying
man.
that. He kept saying that. Get punched in the face, go to the restaurant, get punched in the, like, where are you going where you're just getting constantly, I know he's using as an analogy, but I'm just like, man, come on, come up with some new shit.
Well,
Look how
the
big
thing
his body is. He's got no shoulders. He's got a, from the neck down, that looks like a woman's frame right there. That's
Yeah,
why
you
I'm
got
calling
no
him.
shoulders.
the thing about it is if you want women to come back to the table or all that, what he was just saying, no, there's things that's got to change with the laws. There's some lobbying that's got to stop. There are some programs that's got to stop being funded. Some education that's got to stop being passed around. I mean, women have got to understand they're as much at fault as this as anybody else because they're willfully playing into it.
A woman admitting she's wrong? I mean,
Well, they voted. They voted for all this shit too.
Yeah, you know it ain't going to happen. So just for gits and shiggles, one of you, I think Ramadi pointed out, seeing if he had some courses here. Let me see if he's got some courses. Yeah, he's got 70,000 views on this video. He might. Well, here you go. You got some merch.
Todd Bottom Store. That is such a fag term. Todd Bottom Store. Oh, his name is Bottom. Oh, okay. That explains it.
God, Bottom.
That's his
never
last
heard-
name. Bottom.
I've never
Bottoms.
heard of Bottom being anybody's proper surname.
Jesus
Get the
Christ,
fuck
bud.
out of here.
Pick your blonde haired ass up, scoop you up, and drop you on that stack of diamonds you call a neck. What?
Mm-hmm.
So here's his book, Stop Apologizing, exclusive pre-release chapter, Rules of Engagement, $2.99. I think this is a virtual book. So you can buy that if you want.
Fuck, I bet he apologizes constantly for everything. Anyway,
Let's see here.
I'm telling you, he's the guy who hangs out in the showers all the time.
Yep. Here we go. We got early access. It's another channel. Patreon. Support on Substack. Follow and repost on X. As a psychologist, researcher, and author of Confessions and the upcoming Rules of Engagement series, I spent 20 years studying how modern masculinity gets manipulated and undermined. My content is dedicated to helping men understand facts and to stand with integrity. Message me for any reason.
Groomer, he's a fag. No, there's nothing masculine about that guy whatsoever. I'm not saying, you should be like, wearing a tank top and have tattoos and, and talk with a real, shitty voice to be masculine. But that guy, he is the furthest thing from masculine.
yeah, no, just based off how he presents himself, I don't know if I'd really take any serious advice from him. Life advice, anyway.
Yeah, dog wouldn't either. Huh?
MGTOW Mutt didn't like it either.
That guy is so sissy, man. Whenever I see a man who makes my mom look kind of butch, that says something, man. I mean, my mom was a very dainty, effeminate woman, and when I see men more dainty and effeminate than my mom, I'm not listening to him.
This is how women think of masculine IT. Big Angry Phil says you can immediately tell he's a pillow biter.
Power Bottom is what he, that's his nickname, Power Bottom.
Retarded dwarf. What's up, brother? Maybe look like you know how to change a tire. Look, if you're going to drive a car, and this is what I was taught growing up by pops, you better know how to change a tire. You better know how to, do all that shit. Change oil. Son, if you don't have, it's what he told me. He said, you have no business behind the wheel of a car. He ain't wrong. He's not wrong. You blow a tire, you better know how to change that son of a bitch.
A tire minimum, yeah, because they are making them cars so damn complicated. But yeah, I agree with tires minimum.
Well, changing oil ain't hard either, man. Just getting up under there and getting your oil and filter and
sure
letting it change out.
We're talking about absolute minimum skill for being your own entity and a man in a car. Yeah, change a tire.
Well, back in the day, and a lot of people don't understand, but back in the day, a man and his car defined him. He took pride in it. He would fix it himself. That's
an
just
extension
part
of our penis. Hell yeah, defines who we are.
Yeah, it's just something you did, and that really ain't died. I mean, men are still like that to a degree now, but not like they used to be, where you could fix your own shit and your vehicle was your pride and joy. But yeah. All right, we got Hacksaw, Honeycomb, Phil, Sonata, Retarded Dwarf, Misanthrope. Give one last shout out, everybody here. Chaos, I got to get you guys some wrenches, so bear with me. Mr. Commander, of course, on stream with us. Godfather Ramadi, of course, on stream with us. Arvero. Hey, going with John. Good to see you, man. Who else? Adrian Blantz. Arvero, good to see you, man. Always a pleasure to see you guys in here.
I'm really starting to
Go
think that guy has ever tasted beer, but I guarantee you he knows everything on the wine list.
Some goofy motherfucker named Outlaw. I don't know who that guy is. Hey, Riggs. Give Riggs his complimentary funky clip.
You got this whole damn place stinking up like shit.
The man flosses his teeth with other men's ass hair. I'm telling you something, man.
Oh, of course, Mr. Results Oriented. Good to see you in the chat tonight, brother. I hope I haven't missed anybody else there. Everybody coming on in here tonight.
Oh shit! There's ROs in the chat. The fucking Ridgeline Commander.
Oh, Mr. Allah, we do have a commercial before we close it down and we get too far with it.
We do. So I think you said I am a official dealer of this product.
Yes.
So let's show you what we got here. It'll come on. Come on,
MGTOW Industries at the door. MGTOW Industries at the door. Smile on the face, want one more. Little puppets in a fresh new box. Pull that string, watch your body talk. Velvet grin and a candy grin. Everybody wanna step right in. Freak yourself with a cherry bow. Turn it up, let the whole room glow. Hands up high, no time to stall. Feel that bounce, let it take it all. Count me in when the lights go low. We don't walk, we put on a show. Happy time puppets, come on. Happy time puppets, come on. For your freaky self, come on. For your freaky self, come on. Happy time puppets, we move.
I gotta. Oh, it didn't stop. There it is. I gotta read these. I always gotta read these before we continue. Puppet knows how to shut the fuck up. Puppet won't cheat or give you herpes. What do you think, Ramadi?
That's pretty funny.
Get kidded the gay with MGTOW Happy Time sock.
Happy time puppets, we groove. MGTOW Industries, say it loud. Make that room shake, make that crowd. Plastic hearts and a shiny grin. Everybody wanna dive back in. Go confetti on the felt stage floor. One more pull and we want more. Little laugh with a wild eyed spark. Spin that charm in the after dark. If you need a toy for the A, take my hand, let the whole place wake. Hands up high, no time to stall. Feel that bounce, let it take it all. Count me in. MGTOW Industries at the door.
Oh, what? I wanted to see what that said. Hold on. What did that say?
At the
What
end?
does it say? You'll get. Yeah. What did it say? You get herpes or something?
What are you doing?
There it is.
Don't use your regular socks. You might get
What the fuck's
athlete.
going on with StreamYard? Just
Use
popping
only
back in-
official MGTOW Industry Happy Time puppets. Now, if you do get athlete stick, MGTOW
Oh,
Industry does have athlete stick cream, so you're covered. And yes, MGTOW Outlaw is an authorized dealer. And get them while supplies last. There'll be a special run for the summertime. Done.
Bounce, let it take it all. Count me in when the lights go low. We don't walk, we put on a show.
That chick doing the
funny
Gangnam
as hell.
Style dance. I like that part.
All right. So now we come to the end of this stream this afternoon.
How are you? Good, man. How are you?
And just in the spirit, Ramadi, give me just a second. I'll hit your. And then first we gotta make.
I was going to say hacksaw added number
Go
11
ahead.
can actually be used as a sock if needed. Hey man, if you don't maintain those socks properly, it's going to be one crunchy sock. And don't forget, the beauty of these socks are the more you use them, the stiffer they get. They turn into statues. Then you just buy another one and you put them all up on a shelf. Start your collection today.
So So here we come to the end of the stream, so we got to make it official. And with that sound, the stream has now officially come to an end. And I appreciate everybody that comes out and participates. Again, without you, it'd pretty much just be me talking into a camera acting retarded. And we don't want to we don't want Mr. Outlaw to look like he's talking to himself, right? Even though Outlaw may do that sometimes. My granddad that served in World War II had a bad habit of walking around the yard talking to himself. I think that's where I get it from. And he'd sit there and write on the side of the house or the building or something, do all kinds of math figures and stuff. Funniest thing I ever seen. And just sit there and carry on a conversation with himself. You guys ever seen that?
Yeah.
I do it sometimes. Oh, somebody's house is burning down. There it is. There it is. Somebody's house is burning down. Can't handle it.
Down the house.
What's that Jack Nicholson movie? You can't handle the truth.
Oh, yeah, that's when he played the Marine Commandant. I can't remember the name. Tom Cruise is in it.
So, anything else out of the both of you before we leave here tonight?
Go ahead, Ramadi.
Oh no, sorry, man. I was just gonna say that the reason I was muted, I was in the store, but
yeah.
No, I mean I didn't catch the whole stream. I kind of came in a little, I guess, towards the middle. I mean, again, I've never seen or heard of this guy before. That's not saying a whole lot, but I mean, just based off his mannerisms and the way he presents himself, I don't really know. I don't really know if I could take what he says seriously, but that's just me.
A few good men. That's what it was. Thanks,
yeah,
fellas.
That's it. You guys are on it.
Now, I tell you what I got to say.
Go ahead.
As funny as, these puppets I got right here are, I mean, this is kind of like that video I made, chicks making sandwiches. Because when women say, I don't need no man, well, guess what? We got the per response. You know what? I want to carry one in my pocket because next time a woman says, what are you good for? I'll be like, nothing, honey. I ain't worried about you. I'm covered. I don't need you.
And then chaos over here. Outlaw, you just got to let it go, man. Outlaw shark dude.
Me and my wallet are very happy since I met my beautiful Happy Time puppet.
There it is. There's another one. Another house burning down who couldn't handle the truth.
Burning down the house.
So much red pill knowledge, it burns the house down. Every smart device within a 3-block radius becomes fire.
That's because of how flaming that guy was.
Yeah.
Hey, Outlaw, I got a quick question about the video before we go, because I'm just curious because I was listening to all the other countries
go ahead.
that he was mentioning. Did he ever mention any Western countries?
U.S. We were one of them.
Oh, so he did mention the United States. Okay, I thought maybe he was just talking about foreign countries, and I was like, well, dude, if you're an American, why don't you talk about the fucking problem in America?
South Korea, Japan. Where else was it? I think. Trying to think.
What, Ramadi? And face backlash from American men, us toxic men who actually, can pick up heavy stuff and get stuff done? No, he doesn't want to risk that. He likes picking on people in other countries who can't afford to come here. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, nothing against, the foreign guys, but I don't know. Got a lot of problems here.
He has been in his feed for quite some time. The only video I watched of his was this video.
Well, if you think about it, anybody who's braving up, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nami. No, go ahead, man.
anybody who's brave enough to put your face on camera and make a series of videos on a certain topic, I'm sure when they go to the grocery store, somebody's going to see them. I mean, it's just like the weatherman or whatever. If you're not happy with what they got to say, you're going to let them know.
I don't need no
Oh,
man
I never
either,
even seen him or heard about him until Outlaw covered this video. So
Hey, results said I don't need no man either.
Exactly. Good call.
Hey, MGTOW and Female. A few good men. Yep. Absolutely. That could be the word of the day. How do you pronounce that? I can't pronounce that. What is it? Physiognomy. I can't say that, man. I'm a Southerner, man. I'm like you. I can't say that. I'm Central Alabamian. I'm retarded.
Is that a combination of like monogamy, but nogamy? I don't know.
I don't know.
I never finished my college education, so yeah, me no read too good.
Yeah, I can't either. All right, gentle meows. Let's get out of here for the night. Batty, you want to plug your stream real quick before we go?
Yeah, I'll be on about.
Because you're going to be live a little bit later on tonight. You could tell us what time.
yeah, I think he stepped away from
45
his
minutes,
mic. I just
Sal.
heard him say something about 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, I'll be at the 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, so that's going to be about 45 minutes from now. We'll start on YouTube, so I'd gather over there. We'll have casual conversation, under the guise of the censorship of the communist cubicle Karen.
Physiognomy.
Then we'll go over to Rumble, where be safety's off, free speech. Let's roast some motherfuckers over there, huh?
Physiognomy. Okay, I will. I'll definitely check that out.
I'll see what I can do about the gnomes there, Honeycomb. Yeah, I got plans for the gnomes, but they're not really the center of everything. But yeah, they are kind of cute.
And Ramadi, I didn't forget about you.
Everyone does it. Now you can do it too. Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut the hole in your face. Like that. You can do it. Shh. Shut up. And shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
How you get on with that Udo's wins then? It's really good.
Shut your fucking mouth!
No problem, John.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
I swear he wants to laugh his ass off when he does that. and yeah, when I do the stream, I will be ending just before or right when Big Angry Phil starts at right after midnight Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, Chaos for U728 will be gaming tonight too. So
there you go. See y'all at the corner.
Everywhere.
So you got a Triple Threat Tuesday coming up next. You got Mr. Batty here fixing to take the stream over, and then we got Mr. Big Angry Phil to clean the night out with, end it all up, wrap it up in a nice, neat package. We were talking about including Chaos in that, making it a fatal four-way. Have to be, if Chaos wants to be a part of it, I wouldn't mind. I hear it's that Chaos, guys. Oh, shit. Happy birthday to Mr. Chaos. Did not know that.
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, happy birthday to you.
I need to do a birthday cutaway gag.
Now, I did ask Chaos, and we're going to rename it to the Quad. It's going to start with Chaos, then it's going to be Outlaw, then it's going to be me, then it's going to be Angry Phil. Boom.
And then sometimes it'll end with Chaos, because don't he stream at midnight too sometimes?
Yes, he does.
Sweet.
You'd be streaming into the wee hours of the morning.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know with Phil, the last several times I've been on stream, we've ended around 2 or 3 o'clock my time. I ain't got nowhere to go tomorrow, sadly.
No. Arvero's got a birthday tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Arvero.
Yeah, happy birthday to all the MGTOW guys, man. Yeah, I need to do a cutaway gag for y'all. I think I got something in the works.
We need to start with something like some of them big time YouTubers do. Pay me $100 and I'll say happy birthday to you live on the air. No, I'm not doing that. I'll just say it for free.
Yeah, be like one of these predatory channels. Yeah, send me in a super chat and I'll shout you out for $100.
Yeah, like Pearly Davidson. Yeah, pay me $1,000. I'll talk to you for 30 minutes. Fuck you.
Big Angry Phil. This Jackbox is coming Sunday night. Get the N-bombs ready. Oh no. We don't want people in our surrounding communities bitching and crying again. So,
sound like Sunday's going to be a door entry night. Ding dong. If you know, you know. I'm not going to say it.
Well, Ramadi, it's just we're all adults. Every single human being that orbits this place, whether it's my channel, Phil's, Chaos's, whoever's, every single one of us knows that these are jokes and that we're not being serious. We don't wish death upon a whole ethnicity of people. You know, come on, man. Y'all got to grow up. You got to grow up, man. Getting drunk and bitching about it ain't the solution.
Getting drunk and laughing about it's good though.
It just makes you
the most offensive jokes are the best jokes. That's just my opinion.
Of course. It just makes the person bitching and whining look weak. They just look weak. To me, you look weak. You sound weak. Hey, come on, man. Especially when you bust on other people.
Oh, you need that cutaway. Use a bitch ass. When you say that.
Bitch ass. No.
Thank you for calling.
Use a bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass. Use a bitch ass nigga. Yeah, rock with me, Robin.
I need to make that my ringtone, my alarm, my doorbell.
Yeah, I saw where they.
I would have put that in the horn of my car. Meep meep, use a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. Speaking of that, I saw where they arrested that woman here a few days ago for calling that person out. You know, like, come on, y'all are just so.
No, outlaw. They charged her. What was it? They didn't charge her with a hate crime. They charged her with disorderly conduct, and they fined her like $1,000, and she's got to do like 200 hours of community service. So, I mean, yeah, they still took her to court over it, which was bullshit, but she didn't go to fucking jail.
Yeah, because it's a payout. Because it's a payout. Phil, what's that episode of the Boondocks where you see the inner workings of the business, where black people are just trying to get paid for that word, like it's a grift, a hustle? That's why I say, are they really even offended at that word, or is it just an excuse for them to, you know, want to be as hateful as their heart already is about some of it? I think it's just an excuse, a convenient excuse. We know it, you know it, I know it. Sock puppet over there knows it. All right. You guys ready to get out of here?
Yeah. Sure, why not?
So let's cue out the outro. I'll do the short one tonight so Batty can get ready for a stream. And we'll see y'all on the next MGTOW channel, MGTOW Time. Yeah, the episode with Ann Coulter. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Look, man, I'm just trying to get paid. Motherfucker. All right. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Same MGTOW time, same MGTOW channel. They're my money, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what you call me, as long as I get paid. So, peace out. God bless. Speaking of the Boondocks, John Witherspoon. What time is it?
Y'all can call them what you want, but in 1962, they were hoes. Bitch is a hoe. They know who they are. They brand themselves. Tattoo on the lower back, tattoos on the arm, up the damn neck, tattoo down the leg. That's the key. Tell you that I'm a hoe. I sells pussy. 25 earrings in your ear. Titties full of earrings. What, you gonna put some keys on that motherfucker? If she go to work at 9, come home at 3 in the morning. That secretary. Yeah, you a secretary. You better secretary on that fucking pole, bitch. Deep calluses on their hands. That's a hoe. And they're good with grabbing money. Tell her go get some groceries and she grab it like this. That bitch a hoe. She knows she been on the fucking strip. And you can tell the way they open their mouth and talk. Shit, I don't give a fuck. If you go into the store and you ask your woman, can I bring you something back? She said, yes. Bring me a half a gram of cocaine and a box of red wine. The bitch is a drunk and a fucking hoe. Anytime you toss your woman a fork and the bitch turn around and catch it with her ass, she's a hoochie. She can lie and say she ain't no hoochie. I went to Harvard. Okay, you a Harvard hoe. Don't try to be nothing else. You're a hoe, be a hoe. This is America. Do what you want with your fucking body. Don't bring that shit around me. I don't want no bitch with no butterfly on her fucking ass. I had one in 1962. This bitch named Chanel. Big tall bitch. She whooped my ass one day.
So, I guess that's all. Don't get married.